Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Ederson speaks out on the scuppered Man United move, and Carlos Baleba's transfer details and injury record. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Ederson speaks out regarding failed transfer to Man United. Ederson has finally spoken out regarding the failure of his move to Manchester United during this summer's transfer window, an event that had captured widespread public attention. Following a rather lengthy and protracted negotiation process between both parties, Manchester United and Atalanta ultimately agreed upon a transfer fee valued at £39 million. Ederson was subsequently scheduled to fly to Manchester to undergo a routine medical assessment prior to officially completing the formalities of his transfer. However, the deal suddenly fell through after Manchester United's medical team identified indications of a knee injury concerning the midfielder, which was deemed to be rather significant. Concerns over his injury record and future physical fitness prompted the management of the Red Devils to take a decisive stance by withdrawing from the deal and cancelling the entire agreement. This failure forced Ederson to return to Italy and unexpectedly sign a long-term contract extension with Atalanta that will bind him to the club until 2031. Ederson admitted to being extremely shocked and bewildered by the claims made by the Manchester United camp. He emphasized that he actually felt in remarkably fine physical condition and had performed consistently without any meaningful hindrance throughout the past 4 seasons. Although he felt disappointed not to know for certain what truly transpired within the medical room at Old Trafford to shatter his dream of playing in the Premier League, Ederson now chooses to focus entirely on his football and feels happy to continue his career with Atalanta, a club that has always supported him. Carlos Baleba to Manchester United, transfer details and medical history. Manchester United are closing in on a final agreement to sign Brighton and Hove Albion defensive midfielder Carlos Baleba. The Red Devils board are working round the clock to wrap up every detail of the Cameroonian's transfer before the deadline passes. This concerted push has been launched to bolster a midfield unit in dire need of fresh legs and dynamism. Old Trafford bosses are confident the move will be ironed out shortly without any major hitches. The youngster himself has also welcomed the prospect of continuing his professional career in Greater Manchester. This recruitment drive has been prioritised by manager Michael Carrick to plug a crucial gap in the centre of the park. The departure of Casemiro, compounded by an injury crisis sidelining Manuel Ugarte and Mason Mount, has left options in central midfield paper-thin. This emergency situation forced the club to get active in the market for a functional ball-winning holding player who can dictate the tempo of the game. Baleba is envisioned as a vital piece in the tactical puzzle being assembled by the coaching staff. Should the transfer go through, he will become the third central midfield signing of the current campaign. The 22-year-old's rise has been nothing short of meteoric since he first landed in English football. Having joined the Seagulls in the summer of 2023, he swiftly nailed down a starting berth thanks to his composure on the ball and impressive physical stature. In total, he has racked up over 100 appearances across domestic competitions and European fixtures. His consistent form over that spell underscores his credentials as one of the most promising young midfielders in the game. That top-level experience is seen as a major asset by the Manchester United hierarchy. Fitness concerns surrounding the player were carefully vetted by the medical team before the commercial deal was finalized. Baleba is currently undergoing rehab for an ankle ligament injury sustained during a pre-season fixture. However, independent scans confirm that the damage is minor and will cause no long-term setbacks. He is expected to require roughly 2 to 3 weeks of recovery before returning to full fitness. This medical condition will not disrupt or delay his scheduled official fitness assessment with the club. The transfer has now reached a critical juncture, with the player preparing to travel to Manchester. The main agenda for his arrival is to undergo a comprehensive medical and sort out all the necessary paperwork. The club's Carrington training facility is prepped to welcome the midfielder to finalize all formal introduction proceedings. This final stage will trigger the official public announcement for the Red Devils faithful. All parties involved hope the testing runs smoothly without any technical snags. Baleba's playing style is viewed as a perfect match to complement a midfield setup featuring Yuri Tillmans and Andre Santos. A blend of raw power, tackle-busting ability, and sharp distribution will bring fresh balance to that vital area of the pitch. The manager believes his arrival will grant the attacking midfielders greater freedom to create. The tactical versatility at the team's disposal will widen significantly with a well-rounded box-to-box midfielder in the ranks. High expectations now rest on his shoulders to make an instant impact on team performance. On the financial side, Manchester United agreed a transfer fee of £60 million, alongside performance-related add-ons reaching £5 million. That figure represents a substantial reduction from Brighton's original asking price of £100 million. The club views the investment as sound business given the player's talent and potential. Negotiating down the transfer fee counts as a major win for the club's transfer budget efficiency this window. The payment structure has also been agreed upon transparently by both parties. Regarding personal terms, the player has been offered a 5-year contract with an option to extend for a further season. This long-term commitment underlines the board's deep trust in his capacity to develop in the coming years. Under the new agreement, his basic weekly wage will jump significantly compared to his earnings on the South Coast. The contract also features various incentive-based clauses tied to individual performances and silver-lined team success. The player's representatives have approved every primary point of the draft proposal. The newly established wage structure ensures the club maintains stability and balance across its internal pay scale. Additional bonus payments will be triggered incrementally if the player hits specific appearance targets and lifts silverware. Management implemented this structured wage policy to guarantee the player stays driven throughout the length of his deal. This competitive incentive scheme proved pivotal in convincing him to choose the proposal. The contract documents now only await official signatures from both sides. Integrating the player into the tactical setup will begin the moment the transfer is officially ratified. The coaching staff have drawn up a tailored training regimen to speed up his adaptation to the team's playing style and his new teammates. Despite concluding a short rehabilitation period, he is scheduled to jump straight into first-team training sessions. His presence is expected to provide essential squad depth for navigating a grueling fixture list. Technical preparations are being maximized so he can make his debut in the near future. Joshua Zirkzee high chance to return to Italy. A strategic move has been executed straight away by the Napoli management in an effort to bolster the team's attack during this transfer window. Napoli are now paying serious attention to striker Joshua Zirkzee as their priority target. Intensive discussions have already begun to be established by management to explore the opportunity of bringing the player back to Italy. This interest has arisen thanks to Zirkzee's impressive track record while still playing for Bologna in the previous season. All preparation for the transfer scheme is currently being put together to smooth out this big plan. Initial negotiation stages are underway behind the scenes to map out the best transfer arrangement for both parties. Napoli representatives have moved quickly to contact Joshua Zirkzee's agent to gauge the player's commitment to Old Trafford. This early effort is expected to clear the way for smoother diplomacy before an official proposal is lodged. Manchester United themselves realize the potential departure of the Dutch forward if the offered figure is suitable. This initial approach marks a crucial starting point for the ongoing viability of negotiations over the coming weeks. Internal squad conditions require Napoli to carry out a financial restructuring first before they can finalize this transfer. Management needs to balance the club's budget by selling several current players so that sufficient fresh funds are available. These sales are vital to cover Zirkzee's transfer fee and meet the salary package demanded by the striker. Without releasing existing squad members, the club's wage room will certainly be squeezed and risk breaching financial regulations. Therefore, squad efficiency remains an absolute requirement currently being wrapped up by the club's board. Joshua Zirkzee is deemed to possess playing characteristics that fit very well with the attacking tactics implemented by Napoli. The young player is known for his strong physicality, ability to hold up the ball, and sharp vision. His presence is projected to add variety to the attack whilst providing a solution for goal productivity across the campaign. His relatively quick adaptation to Italian football is another strong reason why his name is being prioritized. Management are confident that his new role will immediately bring an instant impact to the team's performance. The situation inside the Manchester United camp could also undergo a significant shift following this official interest in their striker. Management at the English Giants are starting to consider letting Zirkzee go if the proposed payment structure proves advantageous. Proceeds from the player's sale are planned to be reallocated towards bringing in new recruits who better suit the manager's requirements. An internal review process is underway to set the minimum valuation for the forward. The final decision rests entirely with the board of directors and the Old Trafford coaching staff. An impressive spell playing on the Italian stage gives Zirkzee's name a very high appeal. His ability to read space and finish chances inside the penalty box was well proven when facing tight defenses from Italian clubs. Nostalgia and comfort within the league's atmosphere are believed to be the main reasons the player responds positively to the interest. This background forms a solid foundation that makes his proposed move a sensible career step. Napoli hope that this track record can be replicated to the fullest extent. The The drafting of the contract proposal has now entered structural details involving executives from both clubs. A loan formula featuring an obligation to buy permanently is one scenario being carefully considered. Flexible payment methods are seen as beneficial to Napoli's finances without ignoring Manchester United's asking price. Detailed discussions require time to ensure no disadvantageous clauses emerge later on. Intensive talks are expected to continue until all agreement points are reached. Wages and personal bonuses for the player are also key points under discussion in the draft agreement being prepared. Xerxes' representatives want assurances over a starting role and more consistent playing time. Napoli management stands ready to guarantee a key position to convince the forward to sign the deal. Mutual commitment remains essential to speeding up the formal signing of transfer documents. Personal terms are believed to face no major hurdles once the financial requirements are met. Time pressure ahead of the transfer deadline demands that management move faster and with greater precision. Every diplomatic step is closely guarded to prevent news leaks that could disrupt the transaction. The public and loyal supporters continue to track every fresh development in the hunt for this talented player. Certainty regarding Joshua Xerxes' future is expected to be answered shortly as discussions intensify. The board's operational efficiency will be the main deciding factor in whether the player's move succeeds. If a complete official agreement is reached, this move will become one of the most intriguing transactions of the transfer window. The arrival of Joshua Xerxes is expected to lift the quality of the team's forward line overall for the upcoming season. Manchester United, on the other hand, will secure financial room to refresh their squad composition. All parties now await the finalization and validation of the transfer paperwork by the relevant league authorities. The move is believed to offer a positive impact on the player's future career development. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.